Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
I want to give double honor to our apostles, double honor to our elders, a great millstone, Natasha truth and will well, and salutations to you, hope that puts truth and honesty, sincerity. We your brothers out of GMS Kansas City Camp, and brother Yahweh,
Con, brother Rakakabar.
Come to another sit down to the spirit power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. Just a quick hit, kind of open forum, meditating on a few things. Today is Juneteenth. So Jake is out here celebrating their quote-unquote release from slavery, but have no idea that they're still slaves.
Yep.
They think that they're free, and they're all happy and rejoicing, and yet you're still in the land where people enslaved you in, but yet the correct action, the correct reparation would be for you to take everything that they stole.
Yeah. Yep.
So yet you're celebrating that you're free, but yet you're still in a place where they put you in slavery, and you don't have any ownership of it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you even celebrating, Jake?
Yeah. God. Yeah, scriptures speak about, I'm going to grab this, that we are yet this day in our captivity, man.
That's right, bro. Because, all these things that's happening as far as oppression goes, from police brutality, from being behind, because Jake is ultimately way behind in a so-called white man. They got such a head start by having all these hundreds of years of benefits from your slavery, yet you don't reap any of those benefits.
Yeah.
You got some Jake that have made it, they become, millionaires, or even a couple of Jakes out here billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
But still, you're still a slave, man. You still have a birth certificate.
Yeah.
You're still a product of the United States government, at any time they can come and collect on what they own.
Yeah, God. This is Baruch chapter 3 and 8. It say, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. It say, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power, man. Yeah, due to Jake going off and transgressing the commandments of the Lord, hey, these curses got thrown on us, man. Because when you go into Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, all right, at the end of that chapter, it tells you that no man will redeem us. All right, we will be sold into captivity, all right, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man will redeem us, man. Which is why we know this whole Juneteenth shit is a bunch of bullshit. All right, because when you look up Juneteenth, just the AI overview, it reads, Juneteenth commemorates June 19th, 1865. The day Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, to announce that the last enslaved Black Americans were free. All right. It say this came more than 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. Today, it is a federal holiday celebrating freedom, resilience, and Black history, man. Which that whole Black shit is a fucking a byword, man. We not Black, But this just goes to show you, man, that we're not redeemed and we're not freed out of this place until the Lord returns, man. Which is what majority of our people don't understand that.
That's right. That's right, bro. I got a little precept as well. This is Jeremiah 2:14. It says, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Are you a servant? Are you a homeborn slave? Well, that's a rhetorical question, but the answer is yes. You basically are a homeborn slave here.
Yeah. You're
born in a captivity. Why is he spoiled? So why do you act like you're so spoiled and you're so blessed, but you're a freaking slave, man? You got all these people. You got Common coming out here to Kansas City to perform today. So they make it a big buzz about it at the 18th and Vine, district downtown. There's a lot of stuff going on out here in KC because they're also hosting the World Cup at the same time. So
yeah. So
things are turning up, but you got Jake just out here all on cloud nine, all in heaven, man.
Yeah.
But at any given point, you'll find out that you're a slave, man, because I wanted to pull up this reminder of the news. Automatic military draft registration takes place on December 18, 2026.
Yeah, we can't forget about that.
so just a couple months from now, you're gonna find out how free you are.
Yeah, you're right.
You're gonna find out when you get that letter in the mail that you have been automatically registered. You got a number that they can pull you, and they will pull you. And there's World War III that's coming up soon.
Yes.
Then you're gonna find out. Because when you try to back out of that, nah, man.
Yeah.
And go to court, man. Don't let Keisha take you to court and watch how they have authority to assign custody to one parent or the other. The fact that they do that means they have control over something, which is their property.
Yep.
So how can a judge say, hey, look, you can't see your kid, and they have the authority to assign a child to somebody else, yet they didn't have any part of that child being born.
Right.
All they did is tax dollars, supposedly, at the hospitals for it to be born in, but besides that, that's it.
Yeah.
Now that's a service. That shouldn't count as them automatically owning your child.
Yeah.
But as soon as your child is born, they issue a birth certificate.
Mm-hmm.
When you're assigned a certificate to something, that is a certificate. They call it a certificate of ownership.
Mm-hmm.
So you are not free.
Yeah.
You have to sign a piece of paper or form for permission to leave this country.
Damn.
You got to get what they call a passport.
Damn.
You have to have a pass. And then back in the time of hardcore slavery, if you were a runaway slave, you got lynched, you got whipped publicly, you got tortured. In order to prevent from that happening to you, you had to have what? A pass to go from one plantation to another, or to go to the store for your slave master and purchase something. You better not be caught without that slave pass.
Yeah.
So you're still a slave, man.
Yeah, and if you niggas not slaves, man, let's see how many of you can avoid this man's microchip.
Right.
Because you mentioned the birth certificate, the social security number that they assigned to your ass, man. Well, now this man, hey, fuck the paper. He just gonna put the shit inside of you niggas, man. All right, that's Esau's ultimate way of saying, look, you niggas are not free. All right, because that's why I say I'm blanking on it. It'll come back to me, but I had a little bit more on this.
Go ahead, bro.
Baruch 3:9. It say, "Hear Israel, the commandments of life, give ear to understand wisdom. How happened it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land? See, that thou art waxing old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave." Yeah, man, how did we get in this predicament, right? How did why and how did the transatlantic slave trade take place, man? How did we get over there from Israel all the way over here to the Americas, man? They tell you, oh, Africa, Africans sold Africans into slavery. No, man, Africans, the Hamites sold Israelites into slavery, man. Okay, but that was all due to the curses that got put on us, man. Okay, verse 13 it say, "For if thou hadst walked in the way of the Most High, thou shouldest have dwelled in peace forever." See, but we didn't do that, man. All right, we didn't continue walking in the ways of the Lord, so we got jacked up. But now we're in those times, to where we are about to get delivered up out of here, man. And that's why a remnant of the Israelites have returned to serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah for that very purpose. Okay, because scripture speak about a second Exodus, man. All right, when you go into the book of 2nd Ezra, the Lord speaks about a second Exodus where he's going to gather his people again, man, the elect of his people. See, that's your true Independence Day, if you will. All right, for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans out there, that's your true day of being freed from this place, man, is when our Lord cracks those clouds, for the elect, man.
God. And the irony of it, man, because just a couple of weeks after Juneteenth, you have the 4th of July, which they're celebrating their victory over this land and essentially enslaving you so-called Negroes.
Damn, that's a good point, bro.
It was a part of the Star Spangled Banner.
Damn.
Yeah. So a couple of weeks later, you celebrating your quote-unquote emancipation, and then you go to celebrate your slavery. Because the 4th of July is a celebration of the victory over they quote-unquote having independence from Great Britain, which never fully really happened. It's still all the same fucking beast when you really think about it.
Yeah.
But you're celebrating what they tell you right in your face. Look at the lyrics of the Star Spangled Banner, man. If you could pull it up, Baba Shah. When it says, "Who can free the hireling of the slave?" I can't remember how exactly the lyrics go. But all they did is take out a piece of that lyrics and act like it wasn't a part of the song. And they didn't come up with a whole new song. They still sing the same song that them bragging and boasting and giving and praying to the Lord, giving thanks over enslaving you blacks. While the fireworks were going off and they were celebrating their quote unquote Independence Day, You Jakes were getting literally whipped. Your wives were getting ravished by the slave masters. Your children were being molested, man, by PEDO slave plantation masters, man.
Mm-hmm.
They had books, cookbooks over you called the Delectable Negro.
Mm-hmm.
They were consuming you. They were ravishing your wives and they were, raping your children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they were shipping your family members off all over the kind of United States and all over the world, having their way with you as they wanted. Yet you want to go celebrate a time period that they created a holiday in doing those things. Now you want to participate and go put on a red, white, and blue shirt.
Yeah, and you know Jake go crazy for that.
They go crazy, bro. They go buy the biggest fireworks, bro.
Yeah.
And every single hood near you, they got the biggest illegal fireworks you can find.
Yeah. Yep, niggas having them with them M80s.
M80s and shit, blowing up the concrete.
Nigga, 4 extra. Remember that shit? Nigga blew his hand off
I remember that last year, yeah.
I just go to show you, man, you niggas, man, you just participate in a bunch of folly, man. That shit ain't got nothing to do with our people like the brother is saying. But I got that.
God, go ahead, bro.
This is the third verse of the Star Spangled Banner. It say, no refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. And
there it goes. No refuge could save the hireling slave from the terror of flight. Read that part again, Baba Shah.
Khan, no refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave.
Right.
Damn.
The gloom of the grave. So nobody can slave you slaves from being put to death.
Yeah, that's right.
And they made a song.
Damn.
And they made it a national anthem at that. And then sing it at every single major sporting event. And you got Jake singing for it at the hardest. The fucking slap in the face, man. That should piss you off, like, because you always got the top performers at these Super Bowls, at these soccer games. You know, they singing, and they open it up, and they always sing that song, man.
Yeah.
But you don't hear that part of the lyrics.
Yeah.
So does that make it does that make it all of a sudden now that that's not what the song is about?
Right.
No, man. That's what that's still the spirit, still sentiment. Because why didn't they just pick an entire different song that sounds completely different? Mm-hmm. They didn't. They stuck to it. Mm-hmm. And these top elites, when they see Jake, Mariah Carey standing on stage, or Beyonce, or Bruno Mars, or what's that? Bad Bunny performing to all these this specific song, it's giving them satisfaction that the slaves are still they're still their bitches. Yeah. And they're clapping. Yeah, we still got these niggers in check.
Yep. Damn.
And you got Jake crying at the fucking with behind his back, standing up, ooh, say, crying and shit.
Right.
You're crying about being happy to be a slave, bro.
Yeah. That shit is vexing as hell.
That's pathetic, man. And that's what that precept was referring to. Is Jake a homeborn slave? Like, damn, like, are you glad and happy about being this?
Right.
And the answer right now is yes.
A lot of niggas are, yep.
Jake is happy about being here, man. They happy to go eat their pork ribs. They're going to throw on the grill. Mm-hmm. Their abominations they're going to eat. Their big-ass cookouts and block parties. They're happy about their women being so turned out of order. They just steady twerking at every single picnic. Mm-hmm. Like you had that nigga woman celebrating at the NBA Finals parade in New York. She climbed up on the fucking damn light pole and pulled this other Edomite bitch off, right? Pull the Edomite bitch off. The Edomite bitch gets mad and tries to fight her and pulls her fucking pants down. Like her shorts, she had on these little shorts. And it was this nasty fucking gorilla black bitch that was on top of the pole, bro. And she pulls her fucking shorts off. Her whole bare ass is flapping. And instead of the bitch getting down and going to fight,
she starts twerking.
She starts twerking, bro.
Wow, bro, that man.
Like the Edomite woman is trying to expose you to bring shame. Yeah. And then she capitalized. Oh, it's a time to brace it.
Oh my god.
So she starts shaking her flabby, fat, nasty, funky ass, bro.
That is.
And she pulled her old fucking panties off and everything. And this bitch shaking in front of kids on the fucking pole, bro.
That's sad, bro.
And that is the representation of Eve, of our women. And this is what you niggas are going to celebrate on Juneteenth and the 4th of motherfucking July, man.
Yep. And hey, on top of that, man, this Juneteenth shit is they made sure to put this shit right smack dab in the middle of Pride Month. Right. That's that whole BLM shit. Really, it was just a psyop to push to further that agenda, man. Right. Cause Jake hop on that peace shit and take that shit to a whole nother level. Why is it that every time you hear about the alphabet community, lo and behold, BLM is somewhere somewhere right behind that shit, man.
Right.
Because what they did was they tried to put the plight of what we go through and say, hey, look, you're minorities. These alphabet people are minorities. So we all need to band together against everybody else, man. Oh, fuck both of you people, man. We're not with black people, nor are we with that peace shit, man. You know, but a lot of you jakes, man, you don't even realize that they capitalizing off of your ass, man. You know, BLM, that shit was set up by George Soros just to further exploit you niggas, man.
That's right, man. And it goes into what you guys are being exposed to seeing with the Epstein files.
Mm-hmm.
All right, these people worship Baal, they worship Satan.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get an entire nation to make a holiday and then dedicate a specific month that is associated with the top tribe of Israel, and you associate that with being a top tribe of Israel, of being a fruity boy,
Damn.
That's the ultimate demonic sacrifice.
Damn. Ooh, man, yeah, bro.
And then they mixing it with the PEDOs now. You know,
yeah.
We told y'all that was coming. Or they gonna eventually try to legalize that shit. Watch how that fucking plays out, man.
Yeah.
So the number one tribe is Judah, man. It was the so-called black man. It's the head tribe. You're supposed to be setting the standard and the tone for the rest of the nations to follow.
Right.
So they give Judah the top holiday, Black History Month. Then you go into Juneteenth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a celebration of the freedom of Judite slaves.
Mm-hmm.
And now, you know, that whole sentiment is like the brother said, it's merged with the LGBTQ community.
Mm-hmm.
So now being associated with being black, automatically they're gonna look at that rainbow flag as well.
Yeah.
That's the visualization that's being put in people's
exactly.
minds, man.
Yeah. And what shows that, and I got a precept after that, but what shows that you niggas is full of bullshit, man, is because the Lord, we have high holy days, some of which are more solemn, some of which are festivals, you know, you can turn up at. But we have high holy days, man, that commemorate us being delivered actually being delivered, man, out of fucking ancient Egypt. You know, the Feast of Tabernacles, right? But how many niggas is keeping the Feast of Tabernacles?
None of them.
None of them, man. But yeah, you want to celebrate this little punk ass one day out of the year in the midst of fucking P month. They just threw you niggas right in the midst of this shit. You know, say here, let's give them something. You know, and not even a lot of jobs don't even treat this shit as an actual holiday because they don't give a fuck about you niggas.
Right.
Some of them do, but not all of them. You know. But just going to show, man, we actually, the Lord gave us particular high holy days where we celebrate being delivered from our enemies, man. That was another one.
Hanukkah.
Yeah,
that's our real Independence Day.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know about that. Okay, you need to research that and read that in the book of Maccabees. That's when we gained independence over Edomites.
Yeah,
because it was Edomites that was ruling during that time that holiday was created, and they were desecrating our temples. They did the same thing they did today in America. They whitewashed everything, painted all the portraits of our Lord and Savior being white.
Yeah, all
the prophets. It's not new.
Yeah.
They did this, thousands of years ago during that time period.
Yeah.
But what happened was the Lord gave us victory.
Yeah.
Over, it was basically like to basically fast forward, give you a quick run of the holiday. It was similar to the movie 300. Okay, you had a very few Israelite men that didn't have any type of weaponry. They just had their hands, man. Mm-hmm. And they all, rounded up together. They fought back against the Edomites that were in rulership, beat the shit out of them, kicked them out of our temples, and rebuilt everything and fixed it. Mm-hmm. And after the conclusion of that, they created the high holy day, Hanukkah. Mm-hmm. Hanukkah, which is basically a week-long celebration of that victory.
Yep.
How many Jakes are celebrating that?
None of them really fucking know about it, bro.
None of them. Only the Israelites know about that, man.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's the time where you're supposed to be barbecuing and kicking it and sharing gifts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But Jake, hey, the one holiday that you're supposed to turn up the most, to have the most fun, you got the Feast of Tabernacles and you got Hanukkah. Those are two real, we consider those real turn up high holy days.
Yeah,
Kick it, enjoy yourselves.
All right.
Jake don't even use it that time. Instead, you celebrate all these other wickedness and push that energy towards that.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad, bro.
Yep. This is Deuteronomy 28:68. It's saying, the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. And if you understand the geography, man, you don't need ships to go from ancient Israel into Egypt. You can walk there, man.
Right.
So this Egypt, where it say he's going to bring you into Egypt, which goes into bondage, again with ships, that's this place, man.
Right.
That's why when you look at the back of your dollar bill, what's on the back of that bitch? A fucking pyramid.
Yep. Con. And there's a lot of symbolism and relics and stuff found throughout history where you can see, that point towards this place is spiritually being Egypt, man. Mm-hmm. Even today, like the way they name cities and locations, and even how they use like the fresh water sources and how different rivers go up together, it all spiritually fits that symbolism. This is that land spiritually called Sodom and Egypt.
Yeah, yep. It say, into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, man. This has only happened to our people, all right? They call the transatlantic slave trade. That's when they was shipping our people over here like sardines, man. And you have the Northern Kingdom that was over here already, okay? But that's when the bulk of those, transporting our people over here to the Americas was really taking place. But it said, and no man shall buy you, which goes into the Hebrew qanah, all right, which means to get, to acquire, to possess, all right, to purchase, to recover or redeem, all right. Redeem. So to recover or redeem, man, meaning no man would be able to redeem us, all right, save our Lord, man. Okay, which shows you all this shit that they give you people, man, these little made up holidays and shit, it's all folly, man. All right, at the end of the day, we're hastening and waiting on the Lord's return, because that's when our true independence comes, man.
Right. Remember the day when they declared Juneteenth. You got to remember what was supposed to be promised to you. So I brought that information up. 40 acres and a mule refers to a promise made to formerly enslaved African Americans after the American Civil War to provide them with land and resources for economic independence. Though it became a potential symbol of Reconstruction, failed promises, the actual policy was tragically short-lived. The phrase stems from the Special Field Order Number 15, a wartime directive issued by Union General William Tecumseh Sherman on January 16, 1865. Following a meeting with black leaders, Sherman authorized the confiscation of roughly 400,000 acres of coastal land stretching from the South Carolina to Florida. The order authorized the dividing of this land into 40-acre parcels to settle formerly enslaved families. The mule, soon after, the Union Army began sending surplus mules to these newly settled farmers to help them work the land. This is the broken promise. While an estimated 40,000 free people were initially settled on these lands, the initiative was abruptly overturned. Following President Abraham Lincoln's assassination, his successor, President Andrew Jackson, which we believe through the spirit, that's a reincarnation of that Epstein dude, man. It looks just like him.
Yeah, you do.
It says, rescinded Sherman's order in the fall of 1865. Johnson mandated that the confiscated land be returned to its former white Confederate owners.
Damn.
So you didn't get shit.
Nope.
Okay? So what the fuck are you celebrating? Talking about Juneteenth. What you're doing is you're celebrating some breadcrumbs. What they did is they just overturned the hardcore and whipping form of slavery. Mm-hmm. But it just morphed. Okay? Mm-hmm. It transformed to a different version of its more mental and economic, which is more profitable and more efficient than the back whipping slave. Because what was going on that time period, the only reason why they did that shit was the whole movement behind Nat Turner. That dude sparked a whole revolution, man, that was going on. Mm-hmm. He scared the shit out of all slave owners nationwide, and they were actually winning. Mm-hmm. They were kicking ass, So what they had to do is they had to come with a different form of warfare, which is psychological. Let's go ahead and tell them that we're going ahead and make them free, and then they'll stop. They'll stop attacking all these other, because Jake basically is a homeborn slave, man. Instead of continuing to take over from plantation to plantation and keeping it up, as soon as they came out with the law, they just watered down and said, okay, cool, we'll chill on revolt. Yeah. They're letting us free. Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
yeah,
they just fucked you up even further, man.
Yeah, and that's also why they like you said, bro, they ran them psyops, man. Research the Willie Lynch letters, and shit like having, Martin Luther King, all right, pushing that passiveness, all that that passiveness shit, man. They did all that shit to set our people up, man, so that we wouldn't revolt or ultimately rise up against them, because it was more than Nat Turner, man.
Yeah,
it was multiple Nat Turners.
You got what they call the Gullah Wars, or if I'm pronouncing it right, Gullah Geechee Wars. Hey, Jake was winning, bro, on every single state. They was taking over because one people shall be stronger than the other.
Yeah.
Jacob is stronger, so they started rising up, but they had to psychologically, put a squash to that. That everybody was going to be cool. So Jake basically calmed down like a lion.
Yeah.
Like a crouching lion couching down, man. Who shall rouse him up?
Yeah.
So Jake just chilled out and got all docile and mellow, and then became more passionate about become a part of this kingdom.
Yeah.
Instead of basically taking over and being royalty, they were cool with being under this guy, man.
Yeah.
So then what they do, they started transforming things into what they call sharecropping, where basically Jake was forced. And then they came up with the draconian laws coming out there saying basically they can if they put you in jail. When you look at the Emancipation Proclamation, it says slavery is abolished except to be punishable by crime.
Yeah. So
they created so many different laws that could be broken. And if they were broken, you got extreme harsh life sentences to go to lifelong prison sentences for minute things, or things that you can get even accidentally arrested for that wasn't the case, that you're innocent. Still, you get the number one sentence was to be put back into life in prison.
Yeah.
And into that prison system were all owned by the same slave owners that own all the plantation. They all just shifted their money and sunk it into the prison system.
Yep.
So all the owners of all the plantations where the slaves were quote unquote freed from, they shifted their money into the prison systems. Mm-hmm. And so when anybody got locked up, they got paid off of those slaves.
Yep.
Free labor, man.
Yep. God. I got this is Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14, and I'm gonna start at verse 10, because this is our true independence, man. All right, getting delivered up from this place, man. This is Isaiah 14 and 10. It say, and in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people, which is ultimately our Lord. It say, to it shall the Gentiles seek, all right, Israelite foreigners, and his rest shall be glorious. It say, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time. All right, so this is your second Exodus, man. It say, the second time, right, to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar, from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. It say, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. It say, the envy also of Ephraim, which goes into the northern kingdom, shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah, which you so-called blacks, shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Okay, so your true, being free from slavery is literally having to be taken up out of this place, man, and being brought back to our land. Okay, but that's only going to take place with the elect of the Israelites in these times, who know why we in these predicaments in the first place, man. Who return to serving the Lord and not celebrating no little punk ass Juneteenth shit and this little July 4th shit. We ain't on that, man. The scriptures tell you to come out of her, my people, man. You got to spiritually detach from this place, which is going to lead to physically, as we showing you, being gathered from all these places where we're scattered, man.
God.
Okay. That's pretty much it on that.
God. So that's why we look for our deliverer, which his name is Yahweh Shai. That's what the word English calls Jesus.
Yep.
His true name is Yahweh Shai. That's how you say it. And it means he delivers. We have to be delivered from this. Because true reparations is to have these devils in the captivity on how they had us in captivity. Mm-hmm. Now, our slavery is going to be different than theirs, because we're not going to be doing abominations that they were doing.
Right.
We're not going to be doing no more extrality. We're not going to be eating our slaves like they did towards us.
But but you devils going to get a double portion of it, and make no mistake, we're going to fuck you up, man, because we're going to have spiritual powers So like the brother said, we ain't gonna be on no freakazoid shit y'all was on. All right, the buck breaking and shit, you know, chopping Jake's rod off and lynching them. We gonna have spiritual powers though, man. Scripture say thou shalt meditate terrors.
That's right, bro.
You know,
Yeah.
and just talking to brothers, we do that shit all the time, man. Like, we'll joke about how we gonna have fun, sport, fucking you devils up, man, because that's a righteous thing, man.
Oh, grab that, bro. I was just happy that shout out
Be a con.
Get the stones.
Yep.
Because you got to put that in perspective. You see, what the Lord is going to do, He's going to bring your memories back from all your past lives, because you do come back. Mm-hmm. You pass away, your spirit goes to the Heavenly Father, and you come back down to the line of your fathers every third or fourth generation. Mm-hmm. And the scriptures say how we don't have remembrance of our past lives. Well, when we get delivered in the kingdom, the Lord is going to give you that remembrance. Yeah. So you're going to remember who you were and exactly who slave owners you had and what they did to you and what they did to your loved ones.
Yep.
So that level of anger is all going to come down at one time. So when the brother leads the next precept, it's going to put in perspective of how mad and how much vengeance you're going to be and how terrible their slavery is going to be. Yeah. When Yahweh Shai comes back.
That's a real good point, because like you said, we've been here numerous times before, man. Yeah. Meaning we've also been through numerous captivities, and each and every last one of you heathen have had the Israelites in captivity, man. This is why, you know, when you go into Revelation 13:10, it tells you, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity." Man, all of you heathen have a price to pay, man. All right, but Esau, your ass, you got the heaviest tag. All right,
that's right, bro.
This is Psalms 137:7. It say, "Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones."
So happy shall I be that rewarded them at what you did to us. And then happy as you're going to be to take the little ones to dash against the stones. You know what that's talking about? See, there's another version of that in the NLT or NIV Bible shop.
Con. And the brother or the elder brought it out one day too, man. Like you saying, the Lord got to put a real spirit on us, you know. Yeah. Take the little ones and dash them against the stone, man. Because like you know, you'll see these Edomite men and these women getting jacked up, and it's like, yeah, man, you know, hey, we all with it. But to be able to do that to a little one, to a child, man, like that's how you know that's. But then again, too, like we understand that even these children have been here before, man.
Right. Yeah.
So you might see them in this time as a little child. This motherfucker was a straight demon in their past life, man.
Yeah, you're gonna come across the baby version of Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
He's gonna be back as a little baby, that little big ass, that long ass fucking lip his lip going out like this fucking far, bro. God. He got that fucking Horton Hears a Who nose and shit. God. You're gonna see him as a little baby. And you're going to know that that's not a fucking baby. That's that nigga Jeffrey Epstein. The Lord going to bring him back as a little infant.
Exactly.
So Jake going to have their way. And so all the Israelites that he done had in that pedo ring and shit and going on and all that sacrificing the Baal and all that, all them elites, they're going to be in the forms of little bitty babies. Yeah. When Yahweh Shai comes back and the kingdom's being built, they're going to come to us, man. Yeah. They're going to be brought to us as a little child. And
yeah, because
that's all she wrote, man.
They still got the same spirit on them, man. Your spirit, the spirit you had in your past life is the same spirit you got. So you just get put in a new vehicle, a new body, but you still the same demon you was, man.
Right.
But the NLT it said plain. Psalms 137, the NLT. All right. In 7 it say, "Oh Lord, remember what the Edomites did on the day the armies of Babylon captured Jerusalem. Destroy it," they yelled. "Level it to the ground." It say, "O Babylon, you will be destroyed. Happy is the one who pays you back for what you have done to us. Happy is the one who takes your babies and smashes them against the rocks." Say it point plain.
You about to read that back one more time. Damn.
God, Psalm 137:8. It say, "O Babylon, you will be destroyed. Happy is the one who pays you back for what you have done to us. Happy is the one who takes your babies and smashes them against the rocks."
That's harsh, man. So a lot of y'all say, "Oh, the Lord doesn't hate," or the Lord doesn't kill. You know, you think of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son as this blonde hair, blue eye guy floating from the sky, with the choir singing, free hugs and stuff, and then crying for everybody. And I'm so sorry. No, man. It's going to be a big, brolic, quote-unquote black man coming from the sky with angelic power, glowing, swole, and pissed off. And ready for revenge for how you tortured him on the cross, how you tortured him before you got to the cross, and how you tortured all his people.
Damn, yeah, you did. Yeah, you people, you heathen are fucked, man.
And the scriptures say that one day the Lord is to us is 1,000 years. It's only one day to Him. Mm-hmm. So you think about it, it's only been a couple days since y'all did that to Him.
So it's fresh on His mind. In other words, it's fresh on His mind, man. A nigga did you wrong. He's like, I ain't forgot about shit. That shit happened 2 seconds ago, man. That's how I feel for the Lord. So when He get back, like the brother's saying, the Lord is, and I can't even say pissed off, man. That's like pales in comparison. Because when you read Isaiah, what's that, 61? It tells you he's gonna be his vesture is gonna be dipped in blood, man. Spiritually, meaning He's gonna fuck a lot of people up and put a lot of people to death, man.
That's right.
The Lord ain't gonna get no blood on His garment, all right? Because He really don't even gotta touch you people to put you to death. But He's gonna shed a lot of blood when He returns, man. Like the brother was saying, it ain't gonna be no floating down namaste, free hugs and roses and shit. No, He's coming to wage fucking war, man.
That's right, bro. That's right. The Heavenly Father, people refer to Him as Al-Shadja, which means a demon terrible like power.
Yep.
And they gave Him that nickname for a reason. You guys are going to find out, man.
Yep.
And I have that precept you quoted. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth in a captivity shall go in a captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. This is what you're supposed to be acknowledging on Juneteenth, man.
Facts.
Not going out there celebrating your gaslighting devil did to you and giving you breadcrumbs. You're free now. But we're going to give you a holiday. Let's call it a national holiday. Juneteenth. Yeah. Let's give you a month. Let's give them Black History Month. I know, just a couple weeks later, they're going to celebrate our victory over them. Damn. And we're going to call it the 4th of July and watch these fucking niggers go out there and buy all the fireworks and give us all this money.
Yep.
They just loving it, bro. These elites, they loving you seeing you niggas celebrate this shit.
Stupid as hell.
And you dumb as fuck, bro. You and Jake got the nerve to go buy some goddamn swim trunks covered in the damn flag. Yeah. Even the flag itself, that is symbolic to the bloodshed of your people, man.
Yeah.
The red stripes represents the bloodshed of the slaves. Did y'all know that? The white stripes represents their quote-unquote white power, superiority. When they created that flag, they did all these symbolism for a reason, man. Yeah.
To my knowledge, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what the stars would represent, like each of the territories or colonies or tribes that they took over.
Yep. Each star represented that land. Boom, when they stitched it on the flag, they conquered.
Yeah.
So there's 50 regions over in America that was conquered and was enslaved you people. Yeah. So they fly. Anytime you go on a victory, you take over something, the tradition is you stand up your flag.
Yeah.
Okay? So they flew that in victory over you. And you're celebrating it, Jake. Pathetic, bro.
That's pathetic, man.
And you go find the best, most talented performers to help celebrate it. Even worse. And then you go celebrate the breadcrumbs. Oh, thank you, Master. Thank you, Master, for giving us a little bit of space.
Right.
We're forever grateful for you. That's what you niggas are doing subliminally, man.
That's exactly what you doing, man. Yeah.
It's sad, bro. Yeah, but yeah, when I back it to, going into the little ones, like the scripture we just read. It literally just said baby. But this is Psalms 58:3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So yeah, you come back every third or fourth generation, and these damn slave owner devils, they come back as babies too, every third or fourth generation, speaking lies, plotting on you from an infant. You look at that infant thinking it's all so cute, and he looking at you with them damn little, it's like a little monster, little gremlin looking at you, man. And once you look it through a spiritual lens, like, oh, this ain't no damn baby, what the fuck?
Yeah, them niggas' eyes turn red when the camera light is on them, bro.
Yeah, get the little eye slits, little snake slits.
Fucking demons.
That's how you gotta look at them, bro. But the Lord gonna put on a spirit for you to see these devils for who they really are, because you're going to remember.
That's right.
The Lord going to give you that memory of your past lives and exactly what that demon did to you. So the Lord going to put in your hands one of them little ones that had you in hardcore slavery, that was ravishing your wife, that was ravishing your children, that was torturing you, your children, your wife, your best friends, your cousin, your auntie, your uncles. The Lord's going to give you remembrance of all of that, man. So when it comes to that day, that's these devil's ass, man.
That's right. Yep, that's right.
You know?
I got one more.
God.
This is Isaiah 14 and we'll just start at the top. Isaiah 14:1 it say, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land." Okay, and we just showed you that in Isaiah the 11th chapter, man. The Lord's going to come recover his people, man. All right. It's saying, set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. It say, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they wore, and they shall rule over their oppressors, man. That's called a precept, all right? Because the brother just grabbed Revelation 13:10. It said the same thing, man. Okay? This is the patience and the faith of the saints. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And here it's showing you in the book of Isaiah. So we got Old Testament and New Testament for you slow bellies out there. Okay, it says, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they wore, and they shall rule over their oppressors. It say, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, man. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Okay, so that's when we gonna rejoice, man. That's when we've truly actually been delivered the fuck up out of here, man. All right, we don't have no sovereignty over here. We don't have none of that shit, man. All right, when the Lord gets us out of this hard bondage where we subject to payments and working for these devils, like I got vexed earlier this week, man, or the other week. Just the fact that we got to work for these damn degenerate devils, man.
Right.
You know, but the Lord is about to give us rest from that, man. And we bringing this out, you know, pretty much closing, showing you that we started going into Juneteenth and how this is a bunch of folly and madness and you niggas ain't really free. And we showed you what truly being free is about to look like, man. How many Jakes get to rest, man?
Right.
How many Jakes, you know, have a peace of mind and don't have to deal with sorrows and burdens of being oppressed, man. You know, these people looking at you like you ain't shit, you know, calling you 2/3 of a person. I forget what the fuck it is in the Constitution, or
like I can't remember.
1/3, 2/3, whatever it is.
1/5 of a man or something crazy like that.
Yeah, man. But the Lord is showing you, verse 4 say that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers, man. Meaning the Lord is taking these devils out of power, man, to put us back on top where we're going to be able to have these devils in captivity.
That's right, bro. And Jake has to visualize that and understand it. It's a spirit because, you know, bro's been going into the rewards of the kingdom. Like we just did the camp sit down yesterday, speaking on that, the rewards of how we're going to get Isaiah 4:1. We're going to get gold, precious jewels, and all the nations going to be bringing their substance up to us, man.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate reward.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's what you're supposed to be looking forward to celebrate.
Yeah.
And you can touch on that a little bit during times of Hanukkah, but Jake just don't be on the right stuff, man. They're not concerned with the Heavenly Father. They're only concerned with Esau and his high holy days, which is nothing but evil, witchcraft, and celebrating the victory over us.
Yeah.
And y'all giving them all that, man. That's a shame and it's pathetic.
Yep.
But I had another one. This is a book of Psalms, chapter 83. It says, verse 2 says, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. So they've gone through great extensive plans and studying psychology to come up with specific holidays tailored for the demonic worship. All right, and Juneteenth is what they gave one of y'all. They gave you, Pride Month. They gave you
Black
History Month.
Yep.
You know, they even gave you you Gadites. They gave you Indigenous Heritage Month.
Oh, yep.
They gave that to you as well. That's in the fall. You know, all of it is just breadcrumbs to keep you docile and to keep you in worshiping them and being a goddamn slave that you are. Mm-hmm. That's how they mentally think of it, man.
Yeah.
It says, they have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." So they don't want you to remember that you're Israelite. Mm-hmm. They just want you to identify as being black.
Yep.
Which is just a straight up fucking color. All right, it has nothing to do with your heritage, your true nationality. You are a Hebrew Israelite. You so-called blacks, you so-called Latinos, and you so-called Native Americans. You are not a color. You are the Israelites, the holy people of the Bible that the Lord used Moses to split the Red Sea and deliver out of ancient Egypt.
Yep.
That's what y'all need to get through your thick fucking skulls, man. It says, "For they have consulted together with one consent. They are a confederate against thee." And they're not just Edom, it's all of them. This was going to mention it. "The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Haberines, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, Assur also was joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah." Okay, so this verse tells you literally all the other nations have taken part and enjoyed having their way with you. You know, it's like stealing a woman that people gang rape. That's what they have done. All these other nations, all these Asians over here establishing all these nail salons and hair stores, and you going in there supporting them, filling their pockets up, man. All these Ishmaelites, they got all the Cuban links, Cuban zirconia, you know, and now they got all these other different stones coming out. You going out, you buying all their product, supporting them, man.
Yeah, moissanite.
More than moissanite shit they got coming out now, you know. All the doo-doo scratching Africans, man. You supporting them, trying to act like you're part of their culture. You know, even Ishmaelites and Elam, you celebrate their gods. You put on their hairstyles and call them dreadlocks.
Oh man,
fucking sad, bro.
Yep.
You're honoring all these other nations except for your own, and it's sad. And us brothers been out here laboring. The Lord has been using to give you the remembrance. Hey, remember, you forgot who you are. Mm-hmm. Wake up, Jake. Mm-hmm. Stop trying to be like all these other people. Be like you. Stand up and be a fucking king. Be a princess that you are, man. But Jake just want to be the worst. Instead, you got fucking Keisha climbing on the damn light pole, getting her pants pulled down, looking like a gorilla, spreading the funk in New York City, man. Sick, bro. Fucking sick. Talking about some Juneteenth. Them same damn demons gonna be out there talking about some Juneteenth. Turn it up, doing more niggerdom, man.
Yeah, let's see how many niggas get shot tonight.
Bro, Lord's will be a lot, bro. Like, I'm hoping somebody fucking... I just hope the Lord have his way. Send that spirit creative vengeance on you damn niggas, man. We want to see heavy judgment, man.
That's right.
We want to see catastrophic judgment on Jake, because that's what you deserve, because you out here supporting this man's queendom, man.
Yep.
And we tired of it, bro. We've been out laboring for enough. Enough is enough. I'm sick of looking at dreadheaded niggas.
Yeah, man.
You know, I'm sick of walking everywhere. We got to smell fucking a cloud of weed.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired of seeing Jake. I got black fatigue like a mug. You know, I'm at the point where I'm just sick of looking at the so-called black woman.
Me too, bro. I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you, bro. Yeah, man. The Lord got to get us up out of here, man. I got another one.
God.
Revelation 11:8 is saying their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. All right, it say, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations, which the brother was reading Psalms 83rd chapter, all these nations, right, shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. Which dead bodies, when you go into Ezekiel 37, those dry bones ultimately represents us being in a ignorant state of mind, man. You know, not having the understanding, all right, of who we are as a people, just outside of what they told you was, man. Black, brown, spick, nigga, Negro, right? We lost our identity, okay? And these nations didn't seek to restore that to us, man, which is why the Lord had to send his spirit to do it, okay? But it say, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, see, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another. And I was grabbing this because you had brought that point out earlier, man. We was those gifts they were sending to each other, man. Slaves, man. All right, to help for and build their kingdom up. All right. It say, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. Okay, the southern and northern kingdom. It's saying after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. And this is what you're witnessing now, man. It's what you've been witnessing since the apostles, the elders and apostles came on the scene, man, back in the mid-late 1900s. Okay. It's saying they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them, man. God.
Whew.
See?
So our enemies going to look at us get beamed up directly from the Lord himself, man.
Fact.
And his only begotten son. We're going to get delivered like a more magnificent way than the last Exodus.
Yep.
This is going to be like the Exodus looked like child's play, which that was great. That was great, but we didn't have the technology. We don't have the records of photos from back then. This time, it's going to be televised.
Yeah.
Okay? The technology that came out, the cell phones, people been pulling out, recording. What in the world was all that? And all of a sudden, all the phones, they're going to die, be cut out. That moment, man. And it's going to be time for that spirit created for vengeance. Yahweh Shai is going to become for vengeance, man. And his garments are going to be dyed with blood, the scriptures say, man. Mm-hmm. And I want to, you got any more on that, bro?
That was it on that one.
Okay. We can probably bring out this Revelation 13. Get ready to close out. Let's hear something else.
Con.
This is Revelation 13. I'll start at verse 14. 13, it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on earth by the means of those miracles which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had a wound by a sword that did live. Okay, so what's coming is a lot of great deception. You're already celebrating being in this place, but people are really about to worship this place when they come out with this technology, this the RFID microchip implant, man. Once they release that, what Elon Musk is pushing, and they start advertising the mind-to-mind communication, the instantly learning languages and downloading, transferring thoughts and memories, learning a martial art at a split second. All these things are miracles. Blind being able to see again, paralyzed being able to walk again. They're all going to be deceived and going to taking this and worship this place more and more and more. Mm-hmm. It says, and he had the power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So that image of the beast goes into the worshiping of the government system. All right, the obeying and the bowing down to the system and doing everything they say do. Mm-hmm. And if you don't do what they say do, it says it's going to cause many to be killed. And how is that? This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, now when you look up that word mark, it goes into charagma. All right, which is the point of me bringing out this precept. When you look up charagma, it literally means on the Strong's, and it comes from the Greek language. That's a Greek word, and it says charagma refers to an engraved stamp, brand, or seal. Mm-hmm. You brand something, it's something you own, right?
Yep.
Most famously used in biblical prophecy as a mark of the beast. All right, denoting the ownership or allegiance. So you're going to find out that you are a slave.
Still a slave.
Still a slave very soon, man. Yep. So historically, it describes a literal stamp, seal, or brand used in the Roman Empire to mark slaves, soldiers, and commercial contracts. This is Rome reborn again. That's common sense now. Regular historical scholars are telling you that America is Rome all over again, and telling you that it's going to fall just like Rome fell. Yeah. And it's currently falling. Right. Like Rome is falling. Rome fell. Yep. Okay. So the point of me bringing out that precept in Revelation 13 is to show you you're still a slave, Jake. Mm-hmm. Because it said he causeth all. both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive that. Okay? So you're not free, man. You're not free. It says, and no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or number of his name. So you're not going to be able to make purchases and transact. And we see what's happening with this tech. It's going crazy. China just gave the green light for the one that goes in the head to commercialize it.
Yeah, it's called Neo.
Yep.
I think it's called Neo.
And China is ground zero for all technology of the world. The most advanced technologies you see, that shit is all made in China, comes out of China first. So it's a testing ground. So you know they're going to go crazy. They're going to make it as small as possible, less invasive as possible to get the procedure to put it in your bodies. All of that. You guys are not free. What the fuck are you celebrating some Juneteenth for? Quit celebrating this damn devil's breadcrumbs he gave you. And that breadcrumb he gave you is a microscopic breadcrumb. It ain't shit compared to what you deserve, man. Well, if Jake would have really got that 40 acres, they would have been took over America, bro. You know how much you can do with 40 acres? Especially with our talents, we're the form of all things. Think of all the American inventions that Jake, we invented that, man.
We did all that, yep.
So imagine what we can do if those slaves all got 40 acres, bro. They would have made the most out of that land like no other, man. They would have capitalized on that. They would have struck oil on some of them acres. They would have struck, precious minerals.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't get the resources, just by Jake inventing agriculture ways alone, they would have controlled all the food in this place, all of that, man. So of course they reneged on that shit, man. Andrew Jackson said, "Nah, you ain't giving them niggas shit."
Yeah. It would have been a wrap.
I got something for them niggas.
Yeah.
And he went on a campaign against the Northern Kingdom and enslaved and tortured and went crazy on genocide on them, man.
Yeah.
So Jake, you got to stop being a fucking slave and celebrating being a slave. That's the point.
Yeah.
You know?
I got one more.
Come on, go ahead.
Jeremiah 16 and 14, it say, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. First Exodus. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into the land that I gave unto their fathers. See? So that, again, we've shown you through several scriptures, man, this is your true Independence Day. This is going to be your true time to celebrate. This is going to be true freedom for you Jakes, man. All right, when the Lord cracks those clouds and gathers his elect of his people from all these lands we've been scattered, man. Until that happens, consider yourself still enslaved, man. All right, the only difference between us and the elect and 2/3 of our people over here, man, is that we have the truth now. You know, we the Lord has given us his spirit to where we have the truth, man. We don't move out here like slaves. We have a royal class mentality, man. All right, when you read Deuteronomy 7:6, the Lord said we're a special people above the rest of these other people, man. And we know that. You know, we move like that, man. All right, even being in a low state, our mind is not low anymore. Right? Our mind is not low anymore, man. The kingdom of heaven starts with your mind. Okay, and we know we have the treasures, all right, of what's coming to us, man. The promises, the blessings. Even during this lesson, man, we showing you that we're going to get delivered, man. Most of our people, they don't know that. They don't see that. They're just only taking what Esau give them, like the brother said, these little breadcrumbs. That's all our people have, man. They don't have any hope. So the Lord set the prophets up, the men of the Lord up, to restore hope to you, man. Now, whether you hear or whether you forbear, that's ultimately between you and the Lord, man. That don't got nothing to do with us. But we're doing our job to show you, hey, there is a light at the end of the tunnel for us, man.
That's right. And
we see this devil is falling out of like lightning, man. So this would be the hot time for you to quit bullshitting around. You niggas can't even afford this Juneteenth shit or that 4th of July shit right now anyways, man. So what better time to stop the fucking madness, man, and to lock in with your power, man? That's
right, bro. We should, I wanted to title this lesson, man. What is Juneteenth and how to celebrate? And this is how the fuck you celebrate. You don't.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Hey.
You dive into these scriptures, you tune into these shows,
Yeah,
support the brothers at the highways and hedges, you go get you a garment and you speak on these things we talked about, man.
Yeah.
That's how you fucking celebrate. You give them the fucking middle finger, man.
Yeah.
And say, fuck you to them damn devils, man.
Yeah.
Fuck you, your goddamn bread comes in your damn Juneteenth, man.
Yeah.
Stop being a homeborn slave, Jake.
Yeah.
Wake up, be royal.
Yeah. Be a man, man. You know, you all right, our people got to stand up, man. That's why scriptures, we brought it out. Who shall rouse them up? The Lord is going to rouse you niggas up, man. All right. Because don't forget, race wars and all those things are on the horizon. When this devil show you his true horns and he show you he ain't really been fucking with you niggas, y'all gonna wish y'all got along with the program, man. Because in that day, it's gonna be open season out here. And guess who's gonna be the ones that's gonna be protected and sheltered and free from all of that bullshit going on? The prophets, the men of the Lord, the elect. See, because we already knew what type of time this devil was on, man. Y'all was over here, you know, joint hand in hand with him, thinking, oh, the white man is actually not so bad. You know, he's not so bad. Well, just wait till he show you his true colors, man.
Right.
You know,
gonna find out the hard way, bro.
Yeah.
Find out the hard way. The shit turn up, shit hits the fan, and you start seeing them KKK hoods going out, and you see what they doing to Jake.
Yeah.
It's gonna be everything you imagine what they was doing in slavery, but times 10.
Facts.
And then you're gonna know, damn, what the fuck was I celebrating their 4th of July for? This is how they really feel. Jake gonna find out the hard way, man.
Facts. Yeah.
And that's what you get when that time comes, because you were warned.
Yeah.
Especially you come across this lesson.
Yeah.
And you still want to go out, and you're gonna end up like that Jake that got his whole fucking arm blown off last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
That's it. So you got anything else, bro?
Nah, that's it.
God. So with that, Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. We're gonna go ahead and close out and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to our apostles, double honor to our elders, a great millstone, and taught us truth and will, and citation, reflect us truth and all sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.